I want to play it now. Yeah, next week's the finale. 7 and 8. I also just don't think there's any way they wrap up like every plot line in 2 episodes. There's no shot. Blonde Blazer 100% working with Shroud and snitched. I just don't see it though. I don't see it. Like, yeah, it does make sense. Like, the idea makes sense, but I don't see why she would. I think that'd be too predictable. I don't know. I just don't see that. But she really has done, like, nothing to help me aside from getting me this job and rebuilding my Mecha Man suit to the best of their ability. Actually, she's done a lot. The only thing she hasn't done to help me is, go fight for my pulse. To be fair, actually. Could be whoever you pick to cut from the team since that hasn't come into play yet. True, could be that. Makes no sense for Invisigal to be the snitch since she went to the place herself and risking death. Yeah, I don't think so either. But I saw a theory that made a lot of sense that in the beginning of the game it could have been Invisigal that plants the bomb on Mecha Man. Which I think is very possible. Because if I remember right, didn't Toxic say something to someone that we never saw? Could have been Invisigal. I think that one has a lot of weight. So now she feels like a lot of guilt because she like cares about Robert. So now she's going like above and beyond to like make up for like working with Shroud in the beginning. Like I think that makes sense. It doesn't make sense for Blonde Blazer. We'll see though. I would be very surprised if they went like the Blonde Blazer route is actually like evil. Because so far they haven't done that cop-out. Like Phenomenon is very easy to just make an evil Viltrumite. They didn't do that. They did a really unique spin on that. I would be surprised if they did Blonde Blazers like bad. Shroud is Robert's father. I've seen that theory as well too. I think there's a lot of merit to that as well. Because they all say, like, his father died in the suit, but what if he didn't? And it would explain how he knew, like, down to the exact percentile what was left of the Mecha Man suit. So that's another plausible theory. So he fakes his death and then tries to kill his son. Didn't say it was the most watertight theory, I just said there's some merit to it. Shroud is Blazer's father, her jewelry is his tech, the gem is red like his signature tech color. That's an interesting idea too, I suppose. A lot of good theories. Man, I'm so fucking excited for next week now. Some worse than others. True, some worse than others. But all interesting regardless. It's actually Sonar. That would be a huge twist. That would be a big time twist. There's a rumor it's Waterboy. That one's more of a joke than anything, but yeah, I've seen it. I don't really have any theories. The one that I actually believe is that Invisigal did work for Shroud. Like, I think there's a lot to that. But I don't know how much time has passed since the intro and, like, where we currently are. So maybe the timeline doesn't work. But it seems like she is freshly back. She is freshly a hero, leaving behind her villainous past. So, like, it feels like that could work. It was a few months, like 5 months. It was 6 to 8 months. Then I think that makes a lot of sense. Plus, I also think that would be a really smart play from a writing perspective to really, like, because the game clearly is favoring Invisigal as your romance. Like, it is clearly wanting you to romance Invisigal, and it would really make sense if, as it progresses, it becomes more and more clear Invisigal worked with Shroud and is responsible for, like, the worst part of your life, and then it becomes a matter of, like, well, can you forgive her for that? Can she redeem herself? Like, I feel like that could work. Like, that makes a lot of sense to me. What wouldn't make sense, though, is that they just did, like, the Blonde Blazer being the surprise villain. That I don't think would land super well unless they have, like, some crazy writing to justify it. Jace ages 50 times faster and is 39 years old, technically, so maybe he was really weak or something. Well, he had a problem with his heart because of the power usage. I I think it's very possible he is actually dead, but I just feel like that was such a short run for him that I think he could tank it. But I think there is a good chance he is dead as well. That is a great spot to end episode 6, though. That was very smart. Wasn't Blazer saying they should plan further, and all of a sudden villains show up that night? There's no way that would have been fast enough. Because it's not like she left to go do anything to, like, let villains know. The party continued past that point shortly until Chase, it flipped. I don't see that happening. There's no way she would just, like, immediately alert everyone. We'll see, man. 2 episodes left in the season. I cannot imagine them wrapping up every plot line here in 2 episodes. There's no way. And none of the voice lines I recorded for Sonar give me any fucking hints or anything. At least none that I remember, but I also forgot Sonar's real name was Victor. So I don't know. That's also not a reliable thing to go on. You think there's enough voice lines recorded for another season? Oh, fuck no. No way. But the game sold really well. I have no doubt they'll be making another season. Aren't they making an animated show-off dispatch too? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I don't know what the plans are. I really like this format though. I would really rather it stay like this. This is just, it's so engaging. It's so fun. I don't know. I think it works super well. It'd work really well as a show too, but I think this is more special. You can make season 2 a prequel. You talking about like an animated show, or are you talking about season 2 of like actual dispatch? I would hate if season 2 was a prequel and we don't like follow where we are from here. But if you're talking like a spin-off or something, sure, that's cool. So our spin-off would just be Wolf of Wall Street. It would be very Wolf of Wall Street-esque. Very true. I would love if they did more for like the actual Z-Team background, and I think the reason they haven't here is because I mean, the game is clearly, like, not cheap to make or anything, but this is not, like, a big budget game. So I think they had to be really strategic with where the money went. But I would love if they explored more about the characters. Bro just wants another job. I'd love to voice more Sonar. I want to get better at voice acting, too. This is my first real role. So much room for improvement. I'd love to do more for it. Yeah, we finished the 2 episodes, so now we wait till next Wednesday for the finale, which I'm so pumped for. I'm gonna miss it, man. Man, it's gonna... Hopefully next season, which I'm just already assuming there's going to be one. This is way too successful for there not to be. I hope it's even more episodes, 8 to 12 or something, a slight jump. Yeah, I know about the comics and the extras. Yeah, there's comics for some, like, further background. Like, Blonde Blazer gets most of her characterization from the comics. Which, again, is another reason why I don't think it would make sense if she was actually working for Shroud. Even if she's not, sacrifice her for Chase. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still not 100% sure Chase is dead. I think there's a very good chance he is, though. It does seem that way. But maybe I'm just on the hopium. They could pull a Sky High and Blonde Blazer is Shroud. Oh, yeah. No, Sky High is great. It just, that twist wouldn't work here at all. The studio is currently working on 2 other games right now, Wolf Among Us 2 and an untitled Critical Role game. Is that confirmed? I know about the Critical Role game. I heard that. Are they actually working on Wolf Among Us 2? Because I'm pretty sure they're not. I don't think that's ad hoc, is it? Let me see. Oh, it is. It is ad hoc, you're right. Oh man, that means there'd probably be a huge gap from here until Season 2, if both of these are already in development. Wolf Among Us is Telltale. Yeah, but they're developing it in collaboration with Telltale, I just looked it up. Assuming this is to be believed. It's ad hoc and Telltale doing Wolf Among Us 2. But maybe this is old information. How long did it take to finish making this season? Long time. Few years. I did my lines a year ago. Well, not all of them. Some of them were like 6 months ago-ish. And even then it was in development long before that. After the game was announced, did you go back and record any more lines? Yeah. We had another session like 6 months ago. To close out some of the other plot lines. Well, plot lines. Sonar choices. As of September 2025, Ad Hoc confirmed they did most of the writing and cinematic work for Wolf Among Us 2, but they told Telltale that they needed more time. They made Dispatch in the meantime and haven't officially left the project yet. Gotcha. I like the Wolf Among Us. Like, I'm sure Wolf Among Us 2 will be good, but I'm just, like, so invested in this now. I also imagine the Critical Role game that they're working on will also be really interesting. I wonder why. Well, yeah, and I've said this from episode 1. Even if I wasn't in the game, I think the game is just really, really good. Like, it is a very fun game. One of the few games that actually has me literally laugh. I usually don't at games. I think it is just like an actual well-written, very fun game. Before Dispatch, what other games genuinely made you laugh? Metal Gear Solid. Snake Eater had me giggling. Sometimes, like, unintentionally, but a lot of the times it's very clearly intentional. And prior to Metal Gear Snake Eater, I could not tell you. Like, there's plenty of games I've laughed at for, like, I don't know, being shitty games. But, like, a game that actually made me laugh because it's well-written humor, I have no idea. I'd have to go back quite a while. Shit, yeah, probably Revengeance would be the last one. Do you think episodic content can catch on, or people too used to binging? I think this makes a really strong case for the power of episodic content if it's well written. I think this has been so fucking fun. If all 8 episodes dropped all at once, I think the game would have already stopped being, like, as hyped by everyone and as talked about. I think by going episodic, it makes it a lot more enjoyable. Like, we've been shooting this shit. Most of it's been kind of like a bunch of tangential topics, but for the first, like, 30 minutes after finishing these episodes, we were just talking about, like, theories and shit. I think it's so much fun. It doesn't work for every kind of game, but a game that's entirely story-driven, I think it's just optimal. What do you know of the future for Dispatch, like, after all the episodes? That's what I was talking about. I have no fucking clue. All I'm saying is, since the game sold 1 million copies, I think there's no world that they don't continue with the Season 2. There's no shot. They absolutely wouldn't just let it live and die in one season. With $1 million in 10 days. If he did know anything, he probably couldn't tell us. No, I probably would. I talk about, like, fucking everything. It'd be hard for me to keep something cool like that a secret. That'd be tough.